I'm going to list 4 of the fiercest, sometimes most iconic runs we have ever seen in the biggest game in the world. And then my friends over here will decide which one was the angriest. And let's start with a guy who was always running angry way back to Super Bowl 17. Riggo, Redskins running back John Diesel Riggins against Miami. He's going to take that hit. This is the most famous play in Washington sports history, a 4th and 1. John Riggins had 38 carries in this game at over 30 years old. He runs over him, runs right into the end zone. This was an amazing story of a guy who was almost out of football and came back. And the great Paul Zimmerman wrote something that's so perfect for this segment after this game. He said, Riggins grabbed modern NFL football by the scruff of the neck and tossed it a few decades into a simpler era. That was Riggo right there. It's an unbelievable story, and he's going to take this shot right here. That's supposed to be the end of the run. No, get off me and keep on going. It couldn't be more Super Bowl 17, guys. He was the MVP. He won a Trans Am for this. That was, he got a Trans Am, and he couldn't fit into the car. The story goes he missed the victory parade, all that. Riggins is a legend to this day, always will be. #1 play in Washington sports history. Not Redskins, Washington sports history.
Even the description was old school, the scruff of the neck, not the nape of the neck, the scruff of the neck.
Yes, and you know what I love?
Go down a nape.
Okay, all right.
We went deep nape one time. The name of the play, 70 chip. That's all it is. None of the spread left, black, Roger, 70 chip, and he goes all the way.
We saw Le'Veon Bell throw Dre Kirkpatrick. He saw Don McNeil down there, because that's what Riggins does.
Donnie Mac.
Kirkpatrick sees Don McNeil down there below earth when he throws him down.
Exactly. And if anybody's asking, there is no relation to Tim Riggins, but you would think watching that there would be. Guys, the next one, let's go to Super Bowl 25, a Hall of Famer, a friend of the show, Thurman Thomas. Thurman Thomas played in all those Super Bowls, and he played so well against this giant Steve that was so boom! And he gone. Great block by Andre Reed. Get down, Andre. Oh, he is gone. Now, here's what's fascinating. The coordinator of this defense on this day was Bill Belichick. Okay. Before the game, Bill Belichick went to his defense and said, guys, we need to let Thurman Thomas run for 100 yards. And they were furious. They were apoplectic about it. What do you mean? We're a proud defense. He says, no, the Jim Kelly K-gun will kill us. We don't want them to throw 45 times. We need to let Thurman Thomas do this, and this is how we will win. Complete, insane, mad scientist stuff that worked. In a way, this was Belichick's game plan right here, as good as this was. But how good is Thurman Thomas? How good is he?
Burning Thurman Thomas, the face mask says it all for a running back to wear that single bar.
Look at that, nasty. And this is not the 70s now. This is the 90s.
This is who he's got chasing him. Myron Guy and Everson Walls. Lawrence Taylor is in that shot chasing him.
There's Pepper Johnson. There's all those guys. And Lawrence Taylor chasing him. And by the way, and Belichick, this is what we want to beat us. That's how good the K-gun was, and it worked. Belichick gets another ring. So Thurman Thomas is in. How about not only a friend of the show, a very close friend of the show?
Okay.
Let's go to Super Bowl 38, where Panthers receiver Steve Smith has a very short gain and a very strong statement. Watch him catch this from Delhomme, and you sit. Oh, my Lord. Steve, we love you. Look at this. Is Tyrone Poole, a first-round pick, down. Look at this. Now, I knew we were going to run this clip. I text Steve. I include the clip of the play. I say, Steve, do you remember this? Tell us what's going through your mind. You get the 3 dots back, and you get the 3 dots, and all he texted was, he got all he wanted and more. End of text. That's what Steve Smith verbatim texted me. Look at this. I mean, is there anything more? This is a young Steve Smith. This is angry Steve Smith. I should have been drafted higher, Steve Smith. He had 80 yards and a touchdown in this game. He also returned kicks. Roll it, guys. I think Tyrone Poole's had enough. It's all he wanted and more. Steve said it perfectly.
That is hostile.
Absolutely hostile. It's a perfect word for it. He goes out of bounds. It's a few-yard gain, but what the heck?
Look at the 3 guys around him who get the tackle. Teddy Bruschi, Willie McGinnis, Ty Law.
Yes!
Unbelievable.
The Big Willie's getting up running him out of bounds.
Hall of Famers.
Yes.
All legends. Here comes Willie. There goes Poole. No, don't try that with Willie, though. That's way out of your weight class. Steve Smith makes it with the greats, and I love that. But #1, one of the most iconic plays.
And then last night they were like hanging out and interviewing players together. Willie and Steve Smith love that.
Amazing. And I text Steve about it. I'm like, I hope he texts me back. I got those 3 dots. I was made. One of the most iconic plays in sports history, any sport. Super Bowl 32. You know the play. Is there a helicopter coming? I think I hear one on the roof. John Elway, it is a 3rd and 6, and he takes matters into his own hands.
Look at his face.
#7 is going to get up. Oh, my goodness. Leroy Butler and Mark Pryor, not the pitcher, the safety, go over here and spin him. Can we freeze it, guys? Oh, look at that. This is a man who no one said could win. This was the Packers game. It was Brett Favre's recoronation. No one gave the Broncos a chance. And on a 3rd and 6, instead of sliding and diving, John Elway took off. Now, roll it again, guys. Leroy Butler is one of the safeties on this play. He said afterwards, I was shocked, capital letters, even said capital letters, that he didn't fumble. I got up from the play, I looked at Elway, and I said, man, are you Evel Knievel? And Elway just laughed and walked back to the huddle. An absolutely incredible play in a shocking upset in the Super Bowl. Talk about that Eagles upset this week. We don't know. No one was calling for the Broncos to win this one, and they won it because of this. What do you guys remember?
What I remember most about this when watching that clip is his facial expression. He's surveying the field. He sees all the guys, and he knew he was going to take it. When you know you're going to take it, you start to grit your teeth a little bit and embrace for impact before you even get hit. Unbelievable play. Legendary.
Terrell Davis was the MVP of that one. We had Terrell Davis on. We say that's his greatest game and all that. That play, though, was that Super Bowl. It was John Elway. Terrell Davis had an amazing Super Bowl, but Elway finally getting over the hump after losing 3 Super Bowls to finally win one. Unbelievable moment.
It really is like the Eminem song, if you had one shot, one opportunity, and that is that right there, and he took it.
How does he not fumble that ball?
I don't know. And Kay, if you watch it, he's got it out. It would come out there, but he holds onto it. If he fumbles, all of history has changed.
Look at
That's
his
his shot.
Right.
I got to do what I got to do.
But never considered a running quarterback.
Right.
So to see that was so out of
that
character,
age.
too. Oh,
This was something you'd think Randall Cunningham would do, and he was very late in his career at this point, but he did it anyway, and it's just a beautiful moment.